Have you ever wondered what would happen if time just stopped? Not slowed down, not paused for a moment, but completely and utterly ceased to move forward? Imagine a world, vibrant and full of life, suddenly frozen in a single, silent instant. This is a story of such a world caught in an eternal noon, where every leaf, every drop of water, every living being is trapped in a perfect, unchanging tableau. Welcome to a world without time. At first glance, it's a scene of perfect tranquility. A village basking under a sun that will never set. The wheat in the fields is forever golden, forever ready for a harvest that will never come. A villager, caught in a moment of pure joy, is suspended in an endless leap, a silent laugh etched on his face. The world is a photograph, a three-dimensional snapshot of a life that once was. The shadows are long and sharp, painted permanently onto the ground, unchanging witnesses to this silent spectacle. It's beautiful, in a strange, haunting way. But as you look closer, the stillness begins to feel wrong. To understand what's been lost, we must first understand how time works in this world. In a normal Minecraft day, time is a constant flowing river. It's measured in ticks, the fundamental heartbeat of the game. 20 ticks make up 1 second of real-world time. A full day-night cycle from one sunrise to the next lasts for 24,000 ticks, or exactly 20 minutes. This consistent pulse governs everything. It dictates when the sun rises and sets, when the moon takes its turn to watch over the world, and when the creatures of the night emerge from the shadows. This temporal heartbeat also controls something called the random tick speed. This is the hidden engine of growth and change. 3 times every game tick, the world randomly selects blocks within each loaded chunk and tells them to update. This is how crops grow, how saplings mature into towering trees, how fire spreads, and how ice melts. It's the invisible force that brings life and dynamism to the world, a constant, subtle process of decay and renewal. It is the very essence of a living, breathing environment. Without the progression of ticks, this engine of life has stalled. Now, with time frozen, the consequences become alarmingly clear. The world isn't just paused, it's fundamentally broken. A furnace, once blazing with purpose, is now cold. The ore and coal sit inside, untouched, the progress bar frozen at a fraction of its journey. The promise of a smelted ingot is a promise that will never be fulfilled. The world's machinery has ground to a halt. Consider redstone, the lifeblood of automation and ingenuity. A complex clock designed to pulse with perfect rhythm is now a silent, static sculpture. The repeaters are locked, the torches are eternally lit or unlit, and the pistons are frozen mid-extension. The intricate dance of logic and power has ended. The creations that once whirred with life are now mere monuments to a forgotten era of movement and change. Even the fundamental laws of physics seem to have been suspended. An arrow, loosed from a bow moments before the freeze, hangs motionless in the air. Its journey to its target is interrupted, its purpose unfulfilled. It defies gravity, a stark reminder that the very rules of this reality are tied to the flow of time. Without the next tick to calculate its trajectory, it will remain there forever, a silent punctuation mark in the sky. The silence is the most unsettling part. At first, it's peaceful. The absence of the usual shuffling of mobs, the clucking of chickens, the distant groans of a zombie. But the peace quickly curdles into an oppressive quiet. You start to notice the sounds that aren't there. There's no wind rustling through the leaves, no gentle lapping of water against the shore. The world is utterly, profoundly mute. The ambient sounds, the cave drips and distant rumbles echo in the emptiness, amplified by the vacuum of life. Venturing into the dark forest, the unease deepens. This place, usually teeming with unseen threats and rustling movements, is now a silent, static cathedral of trees. And then you see it. A creeper, the very symbol of explosive, sudden action, is frozen mid-hiss. Its body is tense, its form contorted in its final silent warning. It is a statue of pure malice, rendered completely inert. You can walk right up to it, stare into its lifeless eyes, and feel no fear of detonation. But there is a different kind of fear here. It's the fear of a world where even the most fundamental actions have lost their meaning. The threat is gone, but so is the life that gave that threat its power. Nearby, a skeleton has its bow drawn, an arrow nocked and ready. Its target, a player just out of reach, is also frozen, sword raised in a futile eternal defense. They are locked in a silent, unending duel. A story with no beginning and no end, just a single static middle. The tension of the moment is preserved forever, a permanent monument to a conflict that will never be resolved. Even the water has a strange, lifeless quality. It doesn't flow. A waterfall is a solid, unmoving curtain of glass. You can break a block at its base, and the water above remains suspended, defying the pull that should send it cascading downwards. The game's code, which relies on block updates triggered by the passage of time, can no longer command the water to move. It's a river turned to stone, a lake turned to glass. As we continue to explore this silent world, the initial beauty of the frozen moment gives way to a profound sense of melancholy. This isn't a snapshot of life, it's the absence of it. Every frozen mob, every half-grown stalk of wheat, every suspended particle of dust is a testament to a world that has ceased to be. It is a museum of what was, where the exhibits will never change and the halls will forever echo with an unnerving silence. The sun remains fixed at its zenith, a relentless, unblinking eye in the sky. There will be no sunset, no comforting descent into the soft light of dusk. There will be no moon, no stars to chart the passage of the night. There is only this single, unending moment of harsh midday light. The world is trapped in the brightest part of the day, yet it feels darker and more desolate than the deepest night. The light illuminates everything, but it gives no warmth, no life. It only serves to highlight the endless, unchanging stillness. It forces us to confront a deep, philosophical question. What is a world without change? It is a collection of objects, of data, of code. But is it still a world? The trees stand, the mountains rise, the rivers are carved into the landscape, but the force that animated them is gone. The potential for a story is there in every frozen scene, but no new stories can ever be written. We are left in a place of profound and beautiful emptiness, a perfect, pristine prison. As we pull back, rising above the silent village, above the motionless forests and glass-like rivers, the world shrinks into a perfect static image, a flawless creation, devoid of the very thing that made it real, the passage of time. If time stops, is the world still alive? Or is it just a beautiful memory of what it once was? The answer, I think, is lost somewhere in the silence. Thank you for watching.